Hello, I'm Sailesh Khan. I'm working as an assistant professor in A.D. Patel Institute of Technology, New Vidyanagar in EC department.
Hello friends, I am Rushit Trivedi from UP Engineering College, Rajkot. My department is Electronics and Communication Engineering.
I am Parth Patel from Universal College of Engineering and Technology, Gandhinagar.
I am Shivam Dave, Assistant Professor in Electronics and Communication Department from the GTU Institute, Kerala.
Hello, I am Vihangit Trivedi from KJIT, Savali.
Hello friends, I will be explaining the empathy mapping canvas. First of all, we just have to think about the broad domain. Now after that broad domain, we just think about the society. Now as we are focusing on the society, first we are going to define the user as well as the stakeholders. Now the definition of user is containing that the main purpose of, or we can say as a main hero of our movie. So at that time we are just broadly categorized as a layman, student and then employee. Now rounding about or revolving about the users, we are defining the stakeholders. Now as we are focusing on the stakeholders, we are going to the different departments. It may be possible that employees working in the government as well as the non-government agencies, then after financiers, then after we can say marketing agencies, consultants, likewise. Now as we are focusing on the user, now user may be uses different activities. In day-to-day life, we are always focusing on the main users. So it may be possible that user is waiting for buses, reading books, delivering, traveling, arrangement of timetables, likewise. Now based on the user, we have to emotionally attach with the user. Now as we are attached with the user, we are emotionally attached with it, and based on that we are categorized the two happy story as well as the sad story. And according to the happy story and the sad story, we will focusing on the next canvases. Now as we are using as a happy story, one of the happy story is about waiting at bus stand. Now as the person is waiting at bus stand at minimum 10 to 20, 30 minutes, for that reason, if we are using any electronic system, then we can improve the waiting system as well as the user purpose. Now in case of the sad story, if any fisherman is not uses the communication devices, and if cyclone is come at that time, because of the lack of the communication between the fishermen and the standard authorities, it may loses the different it boards and the different
Hello friends, after the first sheet, the ideation canvas sheet is the second step. Ideation canvas sheet is representing like the first canvas sheet. Here you have to identify the peoples that already we have identified the peoples that we have to use during our this particular project. So we have identified so many kind of the people which are basically using the communication devices during their day-to-day life. So that is your first motto to during design this process. Now then after the activities that the first canvas we have already defined, and you have to also define the activities that day-to-day routine life. So many kind of the activities, either it is a shopping mall, recording data, everything else that we define in the recording process. So that is not a important thing. But the main thing is that the situations or the locals are the important part. Something like the shopping mall, something like the mountain hills, something like the border areas. These are some situations where you have to think about the communication devices and that communication devices where you have to lack of the scenario. This all the criteria is very much important, and from that matter you have to get the possible solution. Just for a little example, something like that, when you go to the shopping mall, we know that we want to find out the jeans. You know that there is so many kind of the racks are available for 34 or 32 weight size. But if you have some kind of a system that you just put down right on the jeans, and you can find out on the display sheet, there are so many kind of this number of rack, and we have this kind of the jeans is available. So this was the idea.
Hello friends, third one is the product development canvas. In the product development canvas, first one is the purpose. The purpose for the developing this project, the first purpose, the main purpose is to measurement health parameter. The health parameter is measuring during the tracking purpose. The first parameter is heartbeat, second is blood pressure, third is body temperature. And which people are using this? People, students, doctors, and sport persons and trackers are also used. This product functions. The product function is sensing, transmitting, voice command, tracking equipments, and finding locations. Fourth one is product features. Features of product is low cost, robustness, and adaptive, and it's easy to use. Component required for product is sensors, various sensors like heartbeat sensor, antenna, temperature sensor, GPS tracker, etc. Customer revalidation. The customer reduce their need to reduce the processing time by product, and they also need waterproofing, more cost effective, low power requirements, and redesign and return. Rejection come due to heavy weight of this product, and redesign used for moderate that weight purpose. And last one is the product experience. When the customer use this kind of product, it feel for physically comfort or not, or in the cost
The
side.
fourth canvas is design thinking venture canvas. It is basically the enhanced version of first three canvas. It is divided into 9 different parts, which includes people's multiple problem finding, selecting specific problems, solution of that problem, multiple solutions, prototypes, redesign, revalidation, and final solution. Okay, basically we start with the people. The people means all the people who are going to use our product. Here, these people can be students, it can be adventurous, celebrities, and other persons. Basically, the broad definition we have selected is we want to monitor the health of the persons who are going for the trekking, and how to monitor the health, which will be included here. Multiple problems we are facing is whenever we are going to some height, at that time there will be a sudden change in environment. If rain falls, then there will be a problem. If person feels a balance problem, then also there is it can be included as a problem. As we are going to the height, some altitude, then there will be a breathing problem, then sweetening problem. Some peoples are having the blood pressure problem, heartbeat problem. So all the problems that we are concluding first. Based on this, we have found out the key problems, which is change in heartbeats, because the person can suffer more. So for that purpose, we are getting the key solution. As we are going for the height, measure the heartbeat of the person by our system, our product. Other solutions can be measure blood pressure, measure body temperature, how to make the body balance. This solution also we can use, but the key solution is the measure the heartbeat. This is the prototype of our system. What we are going to do is, there is one belt. That belt is having various types of sensors. The person has to wear the belt as the person is going to some height. That belt includes various sensors, GPS module, and the display module. This is the first figure, which gives a broad idea about the belt. The second is the GPS module, which includes various sensors. These sensors can sense various data like temperature sensor and body temperature sensor. It will be given to controller GPS module, and finally it will be given to the LED display. The last module, last figure 3, which shows the actual data, like say it can show the blood pressure, it can show the amount of heartbeats, like in 1 minute how many times the heart beats. Okay, so based on the system we can design the system. So that system can have the moderate weight, it can have the lower processing time, easy maintenance. It can be easy to use, highly accurate, and moderate cost. Once the customer purchase the product, or before purchasing the product, he can find, say, there are some modification needed. I need this much things. It must be easy to wear. It can be robust. It can be lighter. So based on the revalidation of the customer, we can redesign our product and then sell it to the customer. So finally, we are having the final solution, which is to measure the health parameters for trackers which are going to some heights with following features. The features can be low cost, easy to use, accuracy, and so on.
Hello friends, myself Biham Trivedi. I am here about to conclude about which are the 4 canvases you have made it. Now we need to summarize all the 4 canvases. It's like a case study. So while developing a case study, we need to think out about randomization. What is randomization? And when you start with the word, your broad area, that is in our case is a communication. So we have only 2 sentences. Very first is, what if you have the communication, and what if you don't have any communication. So when you can just pick these 2 sentences and start visualizing. So after the visualizing and after the recalling the happy and sad stories, we have one kind of emotional attachment. So friends, when you are writing a case study, please mention those kind of relations directly onto the case studies. That will give you one kind of memory map in terms of your one kind of, we can say, a creativity. So this will helpful definitely. The canvassing will help you, but case study will again help you to mapping it. So while developing the case study, again we need to randomization. We need to use a randomization. So at the stage of randomization, we can use the canvas that is ideation canvas. Okay, so when after the going through the ideation canvas, at that time you can put up three different fields in together and list out the various problem statements. This problem statement will definitely help you to decide which problem statement is suitable for you and which suitable is more feasible to you for designing purpose. So after the completion of this problem statement, then we move forward to the problem developing canvas. That canvas is basically will give you the idea about now what is the problem. So now you are going to iterate your main problem statement from this onwards. So this problem iteration will definitely first time it may be poor, no problem. But once you go through this canvas, that will definitely lead to many different scenarios into your mind. And please write down all these scenarios into your case studies. That's why you can recall it whenever it's necessary. So after the completion, this we need to summarize all the product summary. We need to summarize in terms of this venture. So now design thinking venture is nothing but you have the people to get the final solution. So here this canvas has a all kind of fields. Now during the case study, you don't need every field to write it down directly, but you write as if why do you have these kind of multiple problems? How you maintain these kind of problems into your solutions. So these kind of discussions you need to write in terms of case study. So the finalization of this canvas will definitely leads to a particular the solution, and that solution we tell it as a key solution. And once a key solution, after it will go up to the prototype and all those things. But the main purpose of the case study is again it's for only memory map. So once you complete your case study, just again read it and find out where you can recall each and everything. So that will definitely beneficial. So all the best and thank you.